All right, guys, I'm back. I told you that I was gonna come back for a part two to answer you guys' questions because y'all were leaving some questions at the end of my last broadcast. Okay, but I was heading out, so I'm hopping on right now to close the gap on part one of Small Business Saturday: How to Win When You're Small. And I gave you guys the three steps for that. And then you guys started asking questions. So I'm here to first go over the questions that you guys asked. And if anybody else have questions, feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for, okay? What up, though? How y'all? Hope that everybody's doing amazingly well. If you are new to me, then welcome. You're welcome once, twice, three times. You are welcome. If you've been rocking with me, y'all know I appreciate you. You know I love you. I thank you for hopping on and for rocking with me the way that you do. If you are watching a replay, then hey Dawn, if you're watching a replay, then just simply put replay in the comment bar to let me know that you came back and checked me out. Right now we are live and in color. So right, part number two. Right. So I'm here to go through that. What's going on, Monty? Everybody wish Monty a happy birthday. Today is her birthday, so show her some birthday love. What's up, April? Two times today, sis. I told y'all I was gonna come back and do the Q&A, and already tomorrow is so busy. Annette, we live, babe. This is not a replay yet. We tomorrow's gonna be foolish. We got a lot going on. So because we got a lot going on, I said I don't want to disappoint the people. I said what I said, and I said I was gonna come back. So here I am. Okay. So boom. Who can tell me? Who can tell me the three steps that I told you guys about whenever you are in business, period. But even especially whenever you're small and you're starting out, or either you're trying to grow. What are the three things, the three factors, but I told you it was the three-step process in building a credible brand? Thank you, Alicia. What are the three steps? Who can tell me? Don't give me all three at one time. I want everybody, whoever responds to give me one. Don't give me all, don't one person give me all three. And guys, if you know somebody that need this information, would benefit from this information, make sure that you go ahead and you share this out. You invite them in and all that good stuff. I know it's kind of late tonight though, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to pop up and show up for you guys. And a reminder now, y'all need to get that 7-day fear series. If you are a person who has been paralyzed by fear, if you are a person that is overwhelmed with ideas, a lot of confusion going on, and all of this other stuff, I need for you guys to make sure that you stop allowing fear to hold you back. Get the 7-day series to How to Beat Fear. You can go to bit.do/no fear. The N is capital. If you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio. But come on, Rhonda got one like. Like was the second one. What was the first one? Averill, capitalize the N and no. Remember I said it was the consistency was the 3-part one of that last one. Hey, Miss Mary. Oh, thank you, Tania. Is it Tania or Tania? What's up, Juanita? Thank you, sis. Y'all remember I said it's 3 things. What y'all breaking down the last one that I gave y'all. There we go, Kiana. It's the no. Somebody else said like, and what's the last one? They have to know, like, and what? What's the last one? Know, like, and there we go, Averill. It's the know, like, and trust factor. These people have to know you. You have to know them so that you can make sure that you're in front of the right people. You have to know what they like. You have to know where they frequent, where they shop. You have to know this person as if they was your friend, honey. You got to know what you need to put in front of them in order for them to find you attractive. Right? You have to know them and they have to know you. We talked about that, remember? We talked about the way that they're able to know you is by you showing up, by you giving valuable information, by you giving content, by you leading with what other people are lacking. We talked about all of that. You can catch that on part one. Then we went into the like factor. They have to like you. Y'all know for yourself. Sometimes you don't even want to do a certain thing, but if a certain supervisor asks you at work, you be like, God, and you will go ahead and do it simply because you like that person. So how are you going to get them to like you? You have to show your personality. You have to be transparent. You have to be authentic. You have to be able to let them see who you are in real life so that they know that they connecting with a real person. And then the trust factor, right? You guys were showing me the different components. How you get somebody to trust you. You are clear in what it is that you're saying. You have to have clarity. If you don't have clarity and you don't know what you're talking about, guess what? They ain't gonna fool with you either. They ain't gonna fool with you either. What's up to everybody that just hopped in? I appreciate you guys. They ain't gonna fool with you. You up there just as muddy water, honey. Ain't nobody gonna fool with you. No, you're not clear about what it is that you do. You got to be clear about who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, and why you serve them. You got to know the answers to those four things. That's how you're going to be able to connect with them. So you got to be clear, good people, okay? You have to be clear. You have to have content. You got to be talking about something worth talking about, and you got to be able to know how to present it to them so that they can find it valuable. And not only will they find it valuable, but they'll understand that you're talking to them. Your content has to be content rich. That's what we call it. And you have to be consistent. That's how you're going to build a trust factor. Nikita, how can I be consistent? Because if you say you're going to show up a certain day and a certain time, you got to show up a certain day at a certain time. Right? You have to be consistent. You got to show up when you say you're going to show up. You have to have an all the time presence, whether you are physically there or not. Whether you are doing a video, whether you are posting a meme, whether you're posting quotes, you got to do those type things. I go over all that stuff in a deeper dive in other things that I do and I offer, but I'm telling you, these are things that will assist you with your know, like, and trust factor. So then you guys started asking questions, right? So the first one was, I sell insurance, but it's challenging for me to get people to see that it's important. And this is what I'll tell people whenever you are selling something that people usually don't get, but you know for a fact that they need it, you know that it's essential or whatever, you have to talk to that pain point. You have to talk to circumstances, and you have to talk to problems. You can't go and just say, well, you need to get this insurance and you need to make sure that everybody is covered, and you need to start off with this one, and then you can go and get this one. And how old are they? Okay, well, start with this one because this one will be a cheaper one. And then they're not going to understand it like that. They're not going to understand it like that. But if you have a conversation with whoever it is that you're talking to, and you ask them what are their goals or what are their plans, right? What are your goals and what are your plans to be able to be a provider? I have a resource for your family or for your children, or to be able to purchase a house whenever they get older, to be able to make whatever purchase or be able to invest in whatever that thing is that they may desire to do, right? Then once you do that, you get the information from them. You get them to answer their own question. You get them to tell you what their heart desire and what they want to have for their family, right? And then you find the product that you sell, whether it's in the insurance or rather whatever other product that you sell, that will afford them that opportunity. Y'all know it's different types of insurance, and some insurance you're able to pull money out at a later time once it's aged. Some insurance you're able to do like different things from, right? So because you know the product, that's why you have to know your product, you will be able to tell them, with this product right here, if you were to invest in it, these are the benefits of it. You talk to what they told you that they wanted. You talk to them about that first, right? When you talk to them about that first, guess what's going to end up happening? they're going to be open to hear you. They're going to be open to listen to you. And then you let them know that you are able to do that through this product right here, which is also going to provide you the insurance that you need, which will also cover the this benefit. It would also increase this. It will also do that. Like when you know your product, you're able to break it down just as that, right? And it's not just black people. It's people everywhere. Baby, they white people out here having fish fries to bear people with hot dog plates. Please. It's everybody. I promise you that. We know it's more of us because we are one of us. But I can promise you on everything. It's worldwide. It's a mindset, not a color. Now, of course, a lot of us do not do certain things and have certain things in place. But at the end of the day, it's not just limited to us. I can promise you. We just sell fish and they sell hot dogs. Or they might sell pies and cakes or something. But everybody out here selling something when all they would have to do is just make the sacrifice and the investment to be able to have themselves covered. Right? So, that is my suggestion with the one that said that it's challenging, to get them to see that it's important. But I want you to change the way that you use your words too. It's not challenging to get people to see that insurance is important. You just have an opportunity to find a way to critique your message so that they can see the importance of it. Okay? Then the next one was, I know that going live will help my business, but what do you suggest if going live makes you nervous? 3 things. Number 1, before you go live, know what you're going to talk about. Number 1. Know what you're going to talk about. Number 2, write down what you're going to talk about, just the title, and then you write down bullet points so that you won't feel like that you're reading off of the paper. Okay? So don't do that. You have to be prepared. So number 1, you're going to know what you're talking about. Number 2, write it down if you need to, sugar. Number 3, always have a way that you come on, go into your content, open it up for Q&A, and have a way that you go off. Let that be the style that you go on, and you continue to do it just like that until you get more and more comfortable in doing it. And if you want to get real slick with it and you're nervous about doing it on your public platform, create a group. Create a private group. You invite people into that group. Go live in your group first. Go live in your group first. Nobody can see it but the people that you allow in there. You can go back, you can critique it, you can look at it, you can see what you do that's repetitive. You can get feedback from them and all of that good stuff. But that's what I would suggest. Whenever you're nervous about something, you have to identify, why do I feel nervous? Why do I feel scared? What's making me feel like I can't do this? Because believe it or not, I did not want to do video. It was the last thing that I wanted to do. And now y'all know me, honey. I go live straight from in the car. You understand? No worries at all, right? But it took consistency in order for me to do that. Some things that you do, the only way you're going to get better at doing it is simply by doing it. There's no other way around it, okay? Then the next one was, I have a lot of ideas, but I don't know which one to start with. This is the strategy that I give people when I tell them to help you figure out which one you need to start with. Step number 1, write down all of your ideas that you have. You say, I got a lot of ideas, or I'm going back and forth with a lot of them. Write down all your ideas, okay? Write down all your ideas. You guys, if you asking me questions now, I'm not going to pay attention to them because I'm trying to get these. So when I open up for questions, copy your question now and then paste it in there, and then I'll help you through it, okay? If you have a lot of ideas, number 1, write all of your ideas down. Okay? Then, what I want you to do, I want you, when you write all your ideas down, I want you to think about, out of these ideas, which of these ideas, and it can be more than one, it can be more than 2 or whatever, but it's not going to be all of them. If you circle all of them, you're lying, okay? Out of all of these ideas, which ones are the easiest for me to do, the quickest for me to do, and people come to me the most for it? And it could be more than one. You know what I mean? It's the easiest for me. Like, it comes natural. I can get it done quickly. People come to me for it already. I want you to circle those. Okay? I want you to circle those. Once you circle those, the second step is this. I want you to go and look at the ones that you circled. And whichever one is going to take you, like, let's say, for instance, it's going to take you 6 months to a year to be able to get it up and rolling. 6 months to a year to get it up and rolling. I want you to put an X on it. If it's going to take you 6 months to a year to get it up and rolling, if it's going to cost you an astronomical amount of money, it's going to take a lot of time for you to be able to do it. It's the furthest out. You might really want to do it and you might really like it or whatever, but nobody really checking for you for that. I want you to put an X on those. Then after you put an X on it, the third thing I want you to do is this. The ones that you have left, I want you to put a line through every last one of them except for 2. So when you're doing this process of elimination, you looking at them, and when you choose the 2 that you want to have left, you saying to yourself, I want these 2. They're the easiest for me to get. I'm already doing a little bit with it right now. People know me for it. It's quick for me to get it done. People checking for me for it. And maybe they're not as much, but it really, really is what I desire. And I know I can connect it with what I've been doing. These 2 that you have left, they should complement each other. These 2 that you have left should be something that you're able to attach to something else. It should be able to flow. You should be able to merge the 2. You only have these 2 left. So you circled all the ones that you wanted to look at. You put an X on the ones that's going to take the most out of you. Then you put the line throughout every last one of them except for these final 2. Except for these final 2. Now, when you look at these final 2, I want you to ask yourself, if I could not do one of these at all, which one would it be? If I could only do one, and not to say that I got to give up the other, not to say that. It's just saying, like, right now I can only do one. Which one out of those 2 would you choose? Put a check mark by the one that you would choose. Put a star by the other one. Do the one you put a check mark by. The one you got a star by, that'll be the one that you will add when the one that you put a check mark by has been producing and doing well enough for you to add something else to it. Now, y'all probably have to go and listen to this replay so that you can get those steps again, but I promise you it'll help you. Okay? Then I had somebody, they said, I have a business and I posted, I post on my page, but nothing but like hometown people comment on it and they critique it, and I guess they're not being nice or whatever the case may be. How can I get past it? This is what you got to understand. I covered this in the 7-day series as well. When you look at the fear of your past, right? You will let simple stuff like that bother you. You will let stuff bother you. You will start thinking and overwhelming yourself with what people think and the opinions of others, and you start feeling like you're not good enough and all this other stuff. What I would strongly suggest for you is this. I suggest that all of y'all have a business page like I told y'all to have. Have your business page. Only put business-minded things on there. Only put whatever you provide in your products, your service, your whatever it is, put it on your business page. You cannot stop people from talking. You cannot stop people from having an opinion, but you can control what you allow to stay on your page. So instead of you allowing it to get down in your shana and bother you, no, baby, you delete the message if it's something that's not kind. And if it's something that you can learn from and grow from, then guess what you gonna do? You gonna figure out how you can grow from it, and you gonna continue on. Consistency is the key. You showing up is the key. You making sure that you building the momentum, the know, like, and trust factor with the ones that you are called to serve, right? So maybe you need to go and join a couple of groups yourself. You need to go and add value in those groups. Go and moderate in those groups. Don't go and offer nothing. Don't offer no service. Don't post your product. Don't do any of that. You go in, you be kind, you speak. Whenever they say something that's good, you repeat it. If they giving the 3 steps or something, they say step number 1. You put what step number 1 is. You put what step number 2 is, what step number 3 is. I promise you, when you do stuff like that, the person that's broadcasting, they are going to acknowledge you because they are going to appreciate it. I promise you. And then when you start doing that and you continue to connect with other people that's going to add value to what you're doing, they will return the favor. Some will, some won't. But at the end of the day, you remaining consistent, you showing up for yourself, and you giving good content like we talked about, remaining clear, that other stuff is going to fall off. So don't even sweat it. I had someone else say, I'm a party planner and it's hard for me to grow customers. Y'all know how I feel about when y'all use certain words. So don't use negative words when you're talking about yourself or your business. But if you are a party planner, listen to me, baby. It's time for y'all to get creative. It's time for y'all to be able to show somebody how they can have an amazing virtual experience. It's time for you guys to be able to identify what other people are doing in the virtual space. You find what they are not doing and you lead with what they are lacking. Baby, if somebody's having, like, for instance, I'm gonna give y'all an example, and I thought it was an amazing idea. I usually attend this conference every year, but this year had to be virtual. But guess what? Everybody who was everybody registered with either their email or either their phone number, address, or whatever the case may be. Guess what? The ones who registered, baby, I received everything that I would have gotten if I was there in person. I received it in my mail. You may even have people that they register and they have their email or whatever. Guess what? You still send them the card that would have been on their table or the gift that they would have gotten whenever they attended that event or whatever the case may be. You email it. Maybe it's a gift card now instead of it actually being whatever it would have been. If you're going to have a dinner or have a space or whatever, then you make sure that your audience know, or the people who would have came to your event or whatever the party is, that they know what the attire is, they know what the food going to be on the menu, whatever the case may be. Rather you give them a gift card to go to that place and pick it up. Rather you guys know you're going to be color coordinated. Whatever that thing is, everybody go on Zoom at the same time. You're able to still perform. They're able to still speak. You're able to see everybody that's in the room. Like they have now, even with the virtual events and the parties and stuff, they have DJs. You can still get it crunk because nothing changed a party like music. You know what I mean? So you just have to get creative with being able to offer people solutions and offer them things that they may enjoy. So it's all about creativity. Start thinking outside the box, right? Then I always get this one. You're building a team. You're in direct sales or either network marketing. You're building a team, or either like you do well with selling, but you don't do well with building your team, or you're building your team, but nobody's really doing anything or moving anything or whatever. So guys, this is what I'm going to strongly suggest to you. 9 times out of 10, when somebody tell me that, I go and look at their page and there's nothing on their page, or either it's a hit and miss. You have to. It's not negotiable. You have to be consistent with what you present. You have to be consistent with whatever your product is, whatever your service is. You have to show up, showing out. You got to show them that you use what you're trying to get them to use, that is benefiting you. Am I based in Charlotte? I am. That is benefiting you, that is doing you, like my grandma said, that is doing you some good. They have to see a transformation on the inside of you. It doesn't matter if it's a weight loss, it doesn't matter if it's skin, if it's clarity, if it's your mood changing, whatever that thing is, you have to show them you as well. It's not going to be good enough for you just to show other people's testimonials, because they're attracted to you. They coming to support you. They coming to buy from you. They joined your team. So whatever you do, they'll repeat. And then you don't need to get discouraged, because I promise y'all, sometimes it takes people 2, 3, 4 months to watch you before they decide to do anything, before they decide to make a decision, or before they decide to move forward. That's just it. So you got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it, right? And then whenever you wanting to build your team or whatever, you have to have some type of success before somebody else desires to come and join your team, and they feel like that you can help them succeed as well. Before I even started building a team, guys, literally I had made good money flat out from retail. I didn't even want to build a team, if we're going to be all the way real. I didn't want to build a team. I didn't have a desire to. I was doing other things until I realized that if I can do this off of retail, if I had people on my team that would be able to do the same thing off of their retail, then I'm literally going to be in there like doubling up. So if I can help other people help themselves, then this thing can be huge. And my alternative was me doing things by myself. But my ultimate goal has always been to help other people, to help build people, to help them go after their dreams and their goals. I always tell the people who are on my team, although we may be distributors to a certain company and to a business, we're business partners with them. But you are a brand within yourself. I don't feel like it's okay if that's all that you do, that's fine. But I want you to be able to build in such a way that you don't just see yourself as a distributor, you see yourself as having a health and wellness company. But if you having a health and wellness company, there's other components with health and wellness that you can build off of. If you building your brand, then guess what? Rather you have t-shirts to go along with whatever it is that you're doing, rather you lose weight and you start wearing waist trainers and things like that, find a way to get your own waist trainers. If you are doing well and you have the workout outfits, find a way to have your own workout attire. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you need to find ways to be able to incorporate you yourself inside of your brand. So don't just leave it to that one thing. Don't just leave it to that one idea. But at the end of the day, in order for you to build your team has to see you as successful. Your team has to see the outcomes that you've had. They have to see the progress that you've made. So you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And I know it can become frustrating, but you don't have to let it become overwhelming. Just like the ones somebody said, I sample people, but when I sample them, they don't come back and buy. Okay, but when you sample them and they don't come back to buy, are you waiting for them to come back to buy, or do you go and you follow up with them? And when you go and follow up with them, don't be afraid to ask them, hey, gorgeous, how are you? I love that profile picture, Cam. Don't be afraid to ask them why they didn't. Don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. If they said that they didn't do it because of whatever reason, then you find a way to be able to meet their needs. To this day, I have somebody that will buy a kit from me every single week. They will buy a kit between $25 and $30 every single week. And I told them, I was like, sis, that is $100 a month, $120 a month. Just buy the product for $65 and you get it on Smart Ship and get it to come to you every month, and you will always have it. But in their mind, they don't want to spend $65 at one time, but I give you $25. So guess what I do? I make sure that I always have what that person is going to be willing to spend. Because at the end of the day, you have to give people what they want. You know what they need, but you have to give it to them in the way that they want it. Stop trying to make people get something the way that you think that they should get it. It's not going to work like that. Let's see. Good info, sis. Oh, you a beast with it. I need to do a dual broadcast with you. So that matter of fact, when we have our business meeting, we're gonna talk about that. Cameron Nicole, guys, she is a health and beauty. She's like a beauty beast, period. You understand? Like if you're in the hair industry and you're somebody that rather you are behind a chair, rather you desire to come from behind a chair, rather you are a person that is into like hair, the different styles, you're trying to really make a brand for yourself. You trying to build your brand up. You trying to add more products or services to what you do. She's who you need to connect with. She's like, period. I always get girls, I see you do. Oh, you always get people to say, I see you doing your thing and doing beautiful work, but I never see them share or like. So this is what you need to do. When you put your post up, tell people what you want them to do. If you like this, please share it with a friend. If you like this, make sure that you like, comment, and share. Tell people what you need them to do. Sometimes people coming through just looking at whatever they're thinking in their mind, and it does not translate with their fingers. And it's not because they hating. Like some people literally just scroll. Some people they'll like, but they'll never comment. Some people will comment and they didn't even like. Give people instructions to let them know what it is that you want for them to do. You have to ask. Ask and it shall be given. Right? If you asked a question and I didn't answer it, copy your question and put it back in here. Okay? Copy your question and put it in here because I don't want this thing to get stuck. What you say? I have two NRG pills from my sample of three. They work great though. It's the what preparation? I don't know what you're saying. Me and my little sister started a small business selling AirPods. Congratulations, AirPod cases and jewelry. How do you branch off and get more people to support your business when certain people only want to support who they know or when you're unpopular? This is a thing though. That's everybody. That's everybody. People is going to support who they like. Remember what I told y'all, the know, like, and trust factor. So what you need to do is make sure that you are present. You have to, if I go to your page right now, would I see a consistent flow of information, of content, and then of you guys showing your offerings? You cannot just pop up and everything is buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Let me get that. Let me get that. Hey, give me this, give me that. It can't be like that. You have to you got to be able to either you got to be entertaining, you got to educate, you got to inform, you got to inspire, you got to motivate, you got to do, you can even share shareable content, meaning see something that got a lot of engagement on somebody's page or whatever and you want to share it, I ain't telling you to copy it and take it from the person. You literally can share it just to get the engagement going on your page or whatever. And then you said you got AirPod cases and jewelry. Like those two, they don't go together. So are you gonna what's gonna be your focus for whatever the day, you know what I mean, the day that you're doing it? Is it going to be the AirPods cases or is it going to be the jewelry? Or if you want to have it to go together or whatever, make sure that when you showing pictures of whatever jewelry that y'all have or whatever, then if somebody have AirPods in their ear when you showing the pictures or whatever, or if you having pictures that you showing people getting their things together and you having the AirPod and you having the case and you having it open, like what are you showing them? What are they looking at? You got to give them a visual. You know what I'm saying? And even with the jewelry and the AirPod cases, you have a certain audience for that. You have a certain age range or a certain genre of people that you're going to be attracted to and they're going to be attracted to you. So it's about knowing your people, knowing where they are, what groups are they in, what kind of things are they following, when are they online the most, that kind of stuff. You got to be present in their site. And this is another huge thing for you, sis. You and your sister, y'all need to find other people who have a good following, a very engaged following, and do an influencer ad. Do an influencer ad. See how much they would charge you to be able to post an ad on their paper, on their post, to show your AirPod cases, and it'll give your contact information, your handles, or whatever it's going to give the people that you're showing it to, so that it can help to increase your sales. But you got to make sure that the people that you're doing the influencer ads with, they are in front of the audience that you are attracted to and that is attracted to you. But I will suggest, don't do an influencer ad for the AirPod cases and the jewelry at the same time. Separate them. I started a business taking in elderly 60 plus. How do I find grants to renovate and upgrade my home? Baby, that's something, I don't specialize in that right there. But I do know this. There's so many different government grants and different grants out there, whatever. Like most people do, just start with a simple Google search. Start with a Google search. When you're on Facebook, even put in the search whenever you want to, like different groups and stuff, grants, put those keywords in there so you can get connected with the people who can answer the questions that you have. But that needs to start with the research right where you are. Are there community partners? The Department of Social Services, do they have people that they work with? With the department that have to license you or whatever, do they have connections? Do they have literature that you can read and people that you can find and stuff like that? Start where you are, start local, and then you start learning and educating yourself outside of your local jurisdiction. You love my watch. Thank you, Shug. Y'all must be answering somebody that I didn't I don't know. Any advice for customer pair? You gotta ask me something better than that. Ask me different. Should I ask for deposits for pies I make up front? Absolutely. 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 I wish doctors prescribe massages rather than certain meds. But you shouldn't have to get a prescription for self care, though. Self care is, you know what I mean? A massage is considered self care, right? And depending on, though, Beverly, depending on what you need the massage for, some insurances will pay for it because it's considered preventative. So you need to look into that. Right, yep. SBA.gov and SAM.gov is good for grants and government contracts. You absolutely right. See, just you asking that, people putting people name in here that's good with writing grants. And one thing you guys will learn about me, I will not give you false information. If I don't know it from experience, from education, or from connection, baby, I will definitely tell you to find somebody else, honey. I will. I will not. I will not lead you astray. Then I had someone that asked, they said, is the replay available for the 7-day series on how to beat fear? You will have access forever because the way that it's going to be delivered to you is through email. You're going to receive the link to the video. The content is in your email and the workbook is a downloadable. So you will always have access to it. So it's nothing that you have to be worried about, oh, I'm going to miss the class or I won't have time for this or whatever the case may be. So, nah, you'll be straight. You'll be straight. Any other questions though, guys? I wanted to make sure that I hopped on and I answered all of the questions that you guys had in the beginning. And I did that because all of them on my paper are answered. So I want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody though. If you guys are, if you had a question that I didn't answer, please copy your question and then paste it in the bottom. And Taisha, you should also have some type of system set up, right? So when you have your system set up, when does the 7 day series start? That's the beautiful thing. It starts as soon as you buy it. It starts as soon as you buy it. It's already done. It's already recorded. The courses are already done. The information is already there. You good, right? Um, Taisha, I'm gonna give you a suggestion, and anybody else, you can take the same suggestion as well, right? So, sis, whenever you have the pies or whatever it is that you're going to be offering to people, you need to have a way that they can place their order. But whenever they place their order, they confirm their order with the deposit, right? And then you are able to communicate back to them whenever, when they place in their order, what they want, the date that they want it, the specifications of it, and how many, all that good stuff. And then at the end of it, they're able to pay the deposit according to whatever their order is. You have an automated response to let them know we got your order, to let them know how they can contact you if they have any questions, that you receive their deposit, and how they can expect to receive their goods. Okay? No, baby. Your course that's not the course information that's showing locked. So whenever you purchase the course, right, you're gonna get the course, and then you're gonna get an email. In that email is gonna give you all the information that you have for that let you know what the course is about and all that good stuff. If you read the email, it's going to say for instant access to your class or whatever, click here. Click here. HERE. Where it says here, you need to click that. It's going to take you to the class right then, right? Then tomorrow, the 7 day series, it will start. So you actually got a bonus. Course, and then tomorrow your 7 days is going to start, and you're going to have a daily email. In that email, your link is going to be inside there for your video. It's also going to have your action items and all that good stuff. And on your first email that you get is also going to have the link for your workbook as well. Okay. I believe some of y'all be getting stuff and y'all don't be reading through it too. Because I make sure that I put in there what you need to do and how you can expect it and all that good stuff. I said Lysol, microban, wipes, etc. I'm going to add a page specifically for that. Thank you for the information. I created a Google Doc form for it. Period, sis. And you definitely need a page for it. Baby, look at the environment we in. If you don't go ahead and set that page up together and stuff, and then connect with the people who would need your product so that they'll be able to come and purchase from you, come on. And it doesn't have to be stuff that's going to be costing you guys a lot. PayPal is free. Set up you a PayPal account. Set up you a Stripe account. I like Shopify. I like the way that it looks. I like that you can build it and all the other stuff. But if you somebody need to start where you are, baby, just start where you are. Do it that way. Okay? Where can you get the 7 day course? I got it pinned at the bottom. I got it pinned at the bottom, sis. You can click there and you'll be able to go and get it. I receive receipts for payment, no email for classes. So make sure that you check your spam and your promotional page. I mean your spam and your promotional folders. Make sure that you get your you check your spam and promotional folders. And guys, easily make sure that you because it'll show me who it sent it out to or whatever. And plus if you purchase it, it'd be so easy for it to be resent to you guys if you didn't receive it or whatever. But You most definitely should. So let me ask you this question: whenever you purchased it, it should have took you to a page that asks you for your name and email. If it took you to that page that asks you for your name and email, then you should have received the email that welcomed you to the course, talked to you about the course, and had those links in it. Okay. Do we have any other questions? But y'all make sure y'all check y'all spam and y'all promotional folders now. How long will the 7-day series be available? I have to reorder and make sure I'm on the correct site. Oh, it'll be available. It just might not be available at the price that it is right now. But for right now, it will be. And guys, you see how even on here, people ask questions, and people that are looking and tuned in, they'll come and they'll answer questions for you. Like right now, um, Lewis Wells is answering questions for Lanisha, which is amazing. You never know who you in a company with. You never know who can assist you with something. And if you are not opening your mouth, you're not communicating, you're not letting people know what you do or what you have to offer, how do they know that they can help you? Okay? Averill, are you still on here? Are you still on, Averill? Do we have any other questions at all? Everybody, I want to make sure that I answered you guys' questions. Want to make sure that I kept my word and hopped on here. Y'all good? Do we have any more questions? Ava, when you purchased the series, did you receive an email? Did you receive an email about the series and have things being flowing? Nikita, is there a way to learn and grow in TLC without a strong upline? Or is there a way to get training or support? Is there a way to learn and grow in TLC? Well, this is the thing. With TLC, they always have trainings, and then I'm connected with 1,000 families. They have a opportunity training, and they have like two different type trainings literally every single day, right? So if you need something outside of those type trainings or whatever, then one of the things I did, like, to be all the way real, I went and I educated myself by other people who are gurus in network marketing. It wasn't TLC per se, it was literally network marketing. So I started learning the different things that they did, learning how to put things together, learning how to make things flow, learning how to make connections, how to make sales and stuff like that, right? So now I'm building something to be able to help other people as well. But this is the thing. And I tell people this all the time, guys. If you are not doing the basic stuff, I mean the basic stuff, with taking your products, being present, with communicating with people, having a conversation with people, showing up online, showing up when the trainings when they available, showing up at events when you're able to do it, I promise you, you will still end up missing the mark because you're not standing on a strong foundation. So you may have to do some personal development to see, why am I not showing up for myself? Why am I not being consistent? Why am I not learning my products? What is it on the base that I need to learn? What kind of fundamental things can I do a little more with? Can I learn more about so that I can be better and I can present better, right? So Hope, if I ask you, what do you think the biggest barrier you have right now with growing, what would you say it was? What would you say it was? Do you use a content planner such as Planly to help schedule your content? Do you schedule content in advance to help with consistency? To answer your question, is yes and no. When I want to push and force myself to show up, when I'm doing challenges and stuff like that, like if I do a 15-day challenge or 30-day challenge, I don't plan my content out because I know I got to show up. So I do it to force me to. But it is a great idea to plan things and to be consistent, but you do not need to plan yourself out of being present. Don't plan yourself out of being present. Plan stuff to make sure that you have consistency, to make sure that you have a presence and all that good stuff, but you planning it cannot replace you. The people need to see you. They need to hear you. They need to be able to get to know, like, and trust you. So yes, that's a great idea to plan it. Okay, thank you, sis. How to explain the difference in the harmony drops and melody drops? It's simple. The harmony drops have less CBD in it than the melody drops. That's the biggest difference. The difference between the two is the harmony drops have, like, I think 150 milligrams of CBD, and the melody drops have 2,000 milligrams of CBD. I may be wrong on the harmony. I got to look at it again, but that's the biggest difference. Shalana, you a mess. What is Thousand Families? Thousand Families is I signed up under Stormy, right? So when I signed up under her, she's huge in the business, and she's literally number four network marketer in the world, right? So, success leave clues. And of course, I wasn't getting like one-on-one training by her or whatever because her team is like entirely too huge for that. But what she did was she implemented a way that if you signed up under her, that if you're connected with 1,000 families, she developed 1,000 families as a platform where all of her top leaders and her top earners, they go and they do opportunities calls, they do Q&As, they do trainings, they do all of that goodness on 1,000 families. The initiative with 1,000 families is her goal is to help 1,000 families make 6 to 7 figures in a year. So because I want to be a part of that initiative, I want to be able to help families do the same thing. And because I want to help people do that same thing, I was like, why start over? Why recreate the wheel when there's somebody who's already pushing, building a platform, and already has these wins under her belt? So I just joined forces. So hope that's it right there. So sure, you haven't learned the basics of the company. That's the first problem, baby. And you only use the products, but you never really tell anyone. You're not gonna grow that way. You're not. And it doesn't matter how many other products or services are out there. If you don't learn the basics, even with the information that you get from the other things, you won't know how to implement it because you don't have the basics. Right, Latressa, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're going to receive the email from ConvertKit, and then you're going to receive the email with the link for the other stuff. So the email you received from ConvertKit should have been one of a receipt or thanking you for purchasing or whatever the case may be. And 1,000 families on Instagram. Y'all welcome. Y'all got some great questions. I thought the melody could only be taken once a day and the harmony can be taken as needed. Yeah, but she asked what the biggest difference. I think that her question was asking me the biggest difference in the product itself. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? Like, both of them CBD. What's the difference in the product itself? So that's why I explained it that way. And then you got to think about it, sure. If something only has 200 milligrams in it and you taking it as needed, baby, if it's got 2,000 milligrams, you you know what I mean? You should need to take that as often as you would need to take something that had like 150 or 200. How do I start my first business? You start your first business, first of all, by identifying what business you want to start, why you want to start it, making sure that there's a need for it, and identifying who it is that you're going to be doing this business for and why. You understand? You got to have those basic things out of the way first. And then when you get those basic things out of the way, then you'll be able to build on it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a broad question. What's the difference between the LLC and the EIN? Sure, your EIN is your tax ID number. Think about it like this: EIN is your employer identification number, and that's basically saying this is the social security number for my business, right? The LLC, you can't have your LLC without first having your EIN. So it's basically like whenever you go and it's going to ask you what type of business is it. So is it a limited liability company? That's what LLC means, right? So you got the LLC, you got the sole proprietor. That means you're the only one person. You got the one that maybe partnership. It's just different ones. So you have to look up the difference in the type of business and the structure that you want to have your business under. But the EIN is completely different from any of that. The EIN is basically your number for your business. You tired, sis? I bet so, Trina. Yeah, she probably do. She probably do, Lewis Wells. I got it. Had to set up ConvertKit. Then the course link came through. Thank you. You welcome, Shug. One of those melody or harmony would be what I purchased for sure. Right. There you go, Ava. So, yeah. Do we have any more questions, good people? Any more questions at all? Thank y'all for tuning in to part 2 of the small business Saturday small business, baby. I wanted to make sure that I came and I answered you guys questions and stuff because clarity is key. Don't be ashamed to ask questions. Don't be ashamed to research and talk to people and stuff, guys. You'll be surprised at what people are willing to share with you. And don't get in your feelings or feel some kind of way if they don't want to share. They don't have to. It's okay. But there's somebody out there that will. You're welcome. If all hearts and minds are clear, type clear in the comment bar. Yep, Dun and Bradstreet number is definitely important. But Trina, honey, they got to make sure they get straight with the first business first. I signed up under you. Do I set up a separate page on Facebook for my business or a room? If that's what you want to do, I always tell people to separate it. Yeah, check out part 1, Miss Mary. And if you signed up under me, then thank you. I'm glad to have you here. Awesome. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank y'all for joining in. I appreciate it. I wanted to come on and make sure I answered y'all the questions and stuff. But y'all make sure y'all go and y'all check out that 7-day series. I appreciate y'all too. I do. Now may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. Here now forevermore. We all said amen, amen, and amen. Remember, you are somebody, so am I. The Lord loves me, so do I. Till next time, good people, I'm out. IG, it's been real. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thank you guys so much for sharing with me. I appreciate it so much. I don't want y'all to feel left out or whatever. So y'all telling me that y'all clear as well. And for those who will be watching on YouTube, I appreciate you so much. Make sure that you go and you check out the 7-day series. And I look forward to doing more information and giving you more strategies and different things to help you build yourself up as well. Till next time, I'm out.